You're gonna laugh when you put the headphones on.
Oh, that sucks, doesn't it?
Just the metronome.
The metronome is an essential tool of any podcast. One knows this.
Yeah, obviously you got to speak on beat or it doesn't count.
I mean, you fucking could, which is really fucking dope.
That'd be wild.
That'd be wild. Rap a
nuts.
podcast.
Rap a podcast.
Sitting here with my homie Dan.
And he's got his dick in his hand. Just kidding.
Welcome to episode number 8 and the finale of season 1 of I'm Trying Dude podcast. My guy, that was
so
so lovely. Please turn off your video before you watch this.
Yeah, that was a bad handshake. Dude, we're 8 episodes.
We're 8 episodes and we kind of made it to the stretch. We told ourselves, like, look, push through till Christmas, which we did now.
I'm proud of us.
Now we get to fucking kick back, relax, and hopefully and push the shit out of this so people actually listen in. And can tell us how much we suck at this.
I'd rather hear that we suck than nothing.
At least somebody watched. The fucking silence is deafening, bro.
No, but for real, if you guys are watching, if you're tuning in, thank you so much.
Yeah.
If there's anything that you want us to talk about or chat about or anything you think we want us to go deeper into, please let us know.
In the new year. Yeah. I think now you truly have an idea of like where we're at in our lives, who we are, how much we're getting to know each other. And look, last episode, let's be real, shit got deep.
Oh, yeah.
But we're better today.
We're better men for it.
Better today.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I got a question for you. I want to kick this off with a crazy hypothetical question.
Fantastic.
All right? If we were stranded on a desert island, like a deserted island, not a desert island, because there's more things than just desert on the island.
Got it.
What is
Glad
the most
you specified.
what is the most ridiculous thing you think that I would complain about first?
What a fucking great question. No pussy?
No, dude, you're on the island. That was the first part of the question.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So in that case, there is a hole, so you'll be good.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm a verse. Fuck, dude. Well, if it's not sex, I don't know. I feel like you'd be pretty chill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'd
You'd be walking around, be like, yeah, I could work out over here. I could eat this coconut.
There's bugs.
That's
fine. Someone's got to find us, right?
Yeah. It's vegan, so like you'll be good with that. Maybe having to eat fish for protein. I think that would be the first thing, actually. Like in a very rational thinking.
Oh, damn it.
What do you think?
Not enough plants.
Yes.
There's no tofu on this fucking island? What the
Come
hell?
on, man. Fucking get real. What is this? What do you think I would?
Ooh, most ridiculous thing? Maybe like no shower. I feel like you're like a pretty cleanly guy. I don't know if you, like.
No, I got one for you, and it's an obvious one. It's an obvious one.
What's
the fucking sun, dude. I would constantly be like, I'd become skin cancer. Like I'd embody skin cancer.
You wear long sleeves outside in the summer. When we went to Mexico, you were in that long sleeve shirt.
Okay, first of all, how about you drop that tone? You fucking little dickhole? Okay, you are right. And this is me standing up for myself and all us melanated folks. No, like for my entire life, I never wanted to be the kid in the fucking t-shirt in the pool because, like, what a fucking loser.
Yeah.
But fuck you.
I don't want to burn.
But I don't want to burn. And now I finally shed that little thing and I found a cool ass long sleeve like Orla Bar Brown. Like,
I was gonna say, as far as long sleeves in the pool go, that was fire.
It was fire. Fucking Lamborghini on one side, Orla Bar Brown on the other.
Your muscles just popping. Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes off you, bro. Yeah. It was crazy.
And you didn't.
I didn't.
Nor your hands.
Yeah.
We had fun in that ocean.
That was fun.
Playing around, splashing each other.
I feel like we didn't like really elaborate on our Mexico trip.
No.
Like we reference it a lot in episodes prior to this. We haven't really
Yes.
gone into detail about what that was, why we were there. It's just like this magical, mythical Mexico trip.
Here's a fun little experiment that we're gonna do. We're gonna break eye contact. I'm gonna look at my camera. You're gonna look at yours, and we're gonna tell the story of Mexico one sentence at a time, switching back and forth. 3, 2, 1. We did a bunch of mushrooms one day.
That's real. That's really what happened.
You're not supposed to confirm it. You're supposed to keep the story going.
Okay, let's pretend that was just a practice round. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One day we did a. Okay, no, hold up. Let me actually start. Let me start at the. Let me start. I'll hit you with that eventually. Okay, good. We arrived in Mexico and we drove through the jungle to get to our house in the nothingness.
This is after I smuggled about 16 grams of mushrooms across the border.
When we got there, we had no idea where the fuck we were, and there was bugs everywhere.
First time ever being outside in a place to stay where I was promised one thing and it wasn't fully delivered to me.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be AC and Sonos. There was neither, and there was just a shit ton of bugs.
Bugs, but also geckos. And I don't know if you've ever been in like a place that has 30, 40 geckos always around, but it's an interesting time.
It's weird. And then you take a shit ton of mushrooms.
Yeah, and you start seeing everything in a whole new light.
Especially the geckos.
Almost exclusively the geckos, but also in the water. I think that like there's a magical business going on in the water that we've got to be privy to.
Absolutely. And I think we actually had a little bit of a... if Disney already made gay films, which I'm sure they are doing soon, like we were two gay Disney water princes prancing all over that beach and being enchanted by animals around us.
Absolutely. We saw immediately a stingray that just kind of looked at us back. And we were like, wow, this is beautiful. And then we went swimming and all the little fishies were nibbling on our legs. Now, I don't know if that's a normal nature thing or just something really cute that we were experiencing, but either way, had a great time.
I want to say we're snacks and that's why it happened. But also Nick flew the drone at the same time, and that one stingray was already too much for me. But turns out there was another 60.
Oh my God. Yes. That was a
thing.
Nick was flying a drone, and while we were out there, he was using this drone. He thought in his mind,
shoot us.
He's like, I'm going to convey a message to them that they're in danger, because next to us was probably a pack. I don't even know what you call a herd of stingrays. 30
No,
of them?
it's called a flock.
Oh, is it a flock?
I think it's a flock. I'm gonna you keep going. I'll check on this.
He's like, he sees we're swimming like, I don't know, for those watching, like here. And the stingrays are like here, super close to us. He's like, oh my God,
it's called a fever.
A fever?
A fever of
Even
stingrays.
worse.
That's so terrible.
We're sitting pretty close to a fever, right? We're having a blast. We're just giddying around in the water. And Nick sees this fever in his drone and is like, oh, I got to warn them. So what does he do? He just flies the drone like this, up and down.
To be fair,
and we're like,
he
well, are you
yelled
trying? Like, no idea. Because all you hear, like, if you're in the water, all you hear
you hear nothing.
with the drone.
Yeah, right.
We get out. He's like, bro, you got to check this footage. We go look at the footage, and we're
No. He forgot to press record. Because he was so worried about saving our lives that motherfucker forgot. He did in the end was already recording. We got some footage of it, and if you're watching online on Spotify, here it is for those watching.
Oh yeah.
There's a little bit of footage. There was only one like close to me that he got on there, but here's another clip of like shit, you're not fucking 50 of them, and they took Steve Irwin, so I'm still a little mad.
Irwin.
What's his
Steve
name?
Irwin.
What's his name?
Not Irwing. Steve Irwin.
Whatever, a little G. He was a G.
You said like Steve Irving.
Steve Irving.
Stephen Irving.
Stephen Irving was.
They took him.
They took
and
him.
we don't fuck with that.
No, we don't fuck with that. But what I fucked with even less is when the shrooms started hitting, which was ended up being a magical night. Like we had this private chef over who was cooking for us, who I think was desperately in love with Dan's dick.
Did not see that. Did not see it in the same way. But he was a very friendly guy.
He monologued at you. He was definitely
that was
gay.
the one thing that I had a bit of an issue with, because I looked at him and I go, mira, mi español no es lo mejor. Entonces, cuando estamos hablando, por favor, habla conmigo un poquito más despacio.
Which translates to, hey, my Spanish is not the best, so when you talk to me, please speak a little slowly. He said, Sure.
He looked at me and goes, okay. And then launched into a full dialogue of like his whole
Monologue.
life, his day. Yeah, monologue. Launches into a full
what a
monologue
guy.
in Spanish. And like not even just regular Spanish, like Spanish Mach 5, fastest Spanish I've ever heard in my life. He's looking at me and just
Yeah.
going crazy. And I
It
was
was
like,
crazy. And you're like, slow down. He was like, 2%.
yep. I
fucking
absorbed
wild.
maybe every third word and just kind of looked at him and had to smile for a good long time. And it was at that point where everything started to kind of hit me at once. And the dude's looking at me like telling the story, and he's wearing like a tie-dye shirt.
He wore a tie. Why did he wear a
was like-
tie-dye shirt?
I'm just looking at him like, oh my God.
He
like,
looked-
oh. And his face is like doing all
He
this
looked
weird-
like a little,
Crazy.
like a what are the ones called? Like, do you watch Disenchantment?
No. What's Disenchantment?
Disenchantment is by Matt Groening, who made The Simpsons. Disenchantment on Netflix. It's a show. Fuck. He looked like an elf. He looked like an elf, and he wore a freaking 17,000 colored tie-dye shirt, and like he was a trip
And I was
to
like,
look at.
whoa, he was a trip to look at, but
Yeah.
get it? Heyo. Played a lot of Mario Kart on that trip too, which was awesome.
Yeah, which was fucking
Yeah,
sick.
anyway,
but
Mexico
that's
was
pretty
dope.
much that was lit. I think now we kind of covered Mexico. So when are you ever the passenger prince when you drive with Emiliana?
No, dude. You know,
What?
She doesn't know how to drive.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh well, tell me. Let me tell you what you're missing out on. I fucking love being a passenger prince with Clara.
Tell
I think
me
it's
about
part of like falling in love with her was like in the beginning, like 'cause she has a car. I live in New York. I don't have a car.
absolutely.
And she was like driving. And now I drive a lot, but like back then she definitely drove most of the time, and I was a passenger prince.
Nice.
And this is something not just as a passenger prince, but when you on the road trip with homies, I love listening to songs and singing along with the lyrics.
You do.
Yeah, love it.
Yes.
I have the lyrics up. Like the reason why I was on Apple Music for the longest was because they had the lyrics before Spotify did, right? Do you ever feel weird that when you do that and like it's a song that like everybody knows and everybody knows the chorus, right? And you're the one that has the phone in the hand and you have the one with the lyrics. And what you want to do is because the song's so good and you have the lyrics right there, you sing along to the whole thing, but then you don't really because it feels weird. It feels like you're cheating because nobody else knows like the whole verse.
Oh.
Because I do.
Well, that's him.
I don't care about your answer. I don't want to hear why it's no. I wanted you to say yes, or I'm going to continue talking about myself.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. I do it too, which is crazy, right? Like, we both do that thing. No, I literally, like, I can't do it. I feel like it feels like I'm cheating.
Okay.
It feels like I'm not, like, I literally, like, so I try and only do a couple of the ones that I feel like people would know, so it seems like I actually know those parts. I'm weird, man. Who thinks that? That's odd.
No, dude, I will say it is I'll sing with Miliana and I'll get the words wrong sometimes. And I'll be like, I'll be singing around like a hook or whatever, and I'll get it wrong and be like, fuck, whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you're like, you have to comment on it. You can't just let it slip.
Yeah, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm making a point that when that happens to someone around me, that I don't make them feel insecure about it, because I'd much rather enjoy us just full blast singing even when it's wrong than dialing back because I've made you feel insecure.
No, absolutely.
Don't ever fucking do that to anyone. Don't do that. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree. I think if you, yeah, dude, like you could hop on someone and make them feel like shit, but it's like better to just be like, hey, it's all good. It happens to everybody,
Yeah, yeah,
That's the point, right?
sure.
If you want to
Yeah.
be.
Look,
Hey, if you could create a law that only applies to me, what would it be? And why would it be so unfair?
I'm gonna need a second.
Absolutely. You got any Spindrift I could drink in the meantime?
Yes. Well, as a matter of fact, I do.
Do you?
The law would be you don't get to drink Spindrift.
Well,
Seems
seems pretty unfair to me.
Yeah. No more gay jokes.
No more gay jokes.
Illegal to make gay jokes. Yeah, dude, I've robbed you of your purpose. Done. This is. I think that's why you said
Dude.
yes to this podcast. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're like, I can do this in public
Oh,
with other
man.
people listening. How funny I am. Yeah,
Damn.
just like that.
Why would it be so
Do you
unfair?
like? Do you like that? Do you like it when I'm controlling? Do you like it when I choke you? What?
And I can't even
can't
comment
say
back
anything.
on it. Dude.
Man,
That would. Oh,
Yeah.
That was a good answer.
Thanks.
Damn.
Yeah.
I felt like
I felt
like the constraints on me already. I was like, oh fuck, should I not? Like, damn.
I literally see you
like, oh,
struggling.
God. I was like, my brain was like,
you know what? You know who you remind me of?
What am I gonna say? Well,
Michael Scott in The Office when he's told to not no longer make inappropriate jokes, and Jim is there and he's like, "Wow, you really think you can go all day?"
Yeah.
They're like, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be really
like,
hard.
That's what she said. Like that.
Dude, that's how I feel. I feel like you've gauged. Like my wings are like
I got that. Gauged.
You've gauged me.
Gauged you.
Dude, did you ever? I thought about getting gauges one time. As a
really?
kid, yeah.
Oh my God.
Those are crazy.
No.
Like, do you like? I wanted. I wore like Etnies shoes. I really wanted to be like fit in as a kid. So much.
Fit in with whom?
Everyone, dude. It was. I had like anything
the
my
rock
friends
and
were
roll
doing.
crowd?
Yeah. No, I had like super baggy stuff. Wore Etnies sneakers. Like I wanted to be a skater, but wasn't confident enough to skate. I was too scared. I was like, if I fall, that's it. What do you mean? You're like.
That's part of it. That's part of what I enjoy. And like, how do you enjoy
part
that?
of it for you guys? I'm gonna stay inside and play SSX Tricky on GameCube. Anyway, I forget where I was.
Tricky on GameCube. Skater gauges.
Oh yeah, dude. I wanted to do everything back. I was like trying to fit
No,
in
no,
so
I'm with
hard.
you. I mean, look, I had magnet diamond earrings.
No.
Yeah. I also shaved myself 2 lines in my eyebrow. Like,
Really?
I
used to get the flight lines on the side of my head. Yeah,
tight. Yeah, right.
Everyone was doing that. I always envied.
Such a douchey move.
I envied the kids with the eyebrow thing because I was like, I could never do that, but it's so cool and it's so dope that parents let them do that.
I did not ask my mom. I was
Really?
16, 17.
Dude,
like,
I needed my
older.
parents' permission to do everything, bro.
Well, Daniel, I had to ask your little parents.
Literally, dude.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna? If you do it, what are you gonna do? Regrow them? Can't.
Yeah, true.
It's done.
True.
It's done.
For
You deal
at
with
least
it.
a bit.
Yeah, right. My mom was cool with that though. I can't lie. Honestly, if my mom was like, "Don't do it," I wouldn't have done it. So like,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, tough guy." Absolutely not. And she's just like, "Do whatever the fuck you want." She was cool with that.
That's
thus,
tight.
thus the terrible photo with the purple pants. You know,
Dude, it's great
Yeah.
though. That's great though.
it's great. It's lovely.
I love your relationship with your mom.
It's fun. It's a fun one. Yeah. I never had gauges. That's not something that ever turned me on. And it's actually a thing that like turned me on. That
It never got me going.
like when I looked at the other guys, you know, that's just not something that like excited me down there.
I can't make the jokes anymore.
You can. I'm not
No, I
gonna. I
won't.
literally like take the shackles off of you. No, it's funny because I think Nathan had some and Stefano had some who I was just on the phone with, who was like, okay, hentai.
Yeah. You hung up the phone, dude. Well, okay, let's just rewind this real quick. When we started this episode, like a second before he hit record on the camera, he was on the phone with his buddy, and he goes, "Okay, all right, I'll talk soon." Okay, hentai, and then hangs up, and in the same breath goes, "Boop, record." And I was like, "Dude, are you serious? Like what?"
He said that. So he said, have a good podcasty thing, hentai. And hentai is an inside joke that is now not going to be, it's now going to be an outside joke. And it's a joke on me. The joke's on me. But the beauty is that I've already led with hentai on my first porn, right? So for those of you that don't know, hentai is anime but sex. It's porn anime, aka hentai.
Right.
And I got my first porn I ever watched was that, and I was into hentai for a long time. It's not
Really?
something I still watch, but like for a long time I was really into hentai. Not the tentacle fucking crazy shit, right? But like
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
now and then, like I think that the submissiveness is something that like I could get
Absolutely.
behind.
I can't even lie, dude. When you said that, I was like, that's funny. But I've also seen like Naruto XXX.
Yeah,
like,
tight.
and I was like, all right,
Okay,
that's
cool,
you know.
yeah.
So I know what you mean.
So again, has not been a thing though. For me, if that's your thing, cool, no
Absolutely.
judgment. But it hasn't been a thing for me in a while. But we went around around the corner from my spot where I used to live at to get ramen, and this girl was waiting. We were just picking up, super quick interaction. Like was ordered, but pick up because it's around the corner. Like, don't be a douchebag and let them deliver. And I think she had a manga like lying somewhere or something that like made me think of anime, and I was like, oh, sick. Are you like hentai too?
Oh no.
And he, I think she even had like ponytails, like hentai stuff. She was anime stuff.
Man.
Bro, he was debilitated. He was on the floor crying. He's like, I can't believe you just said that out loud.
so
That's like,
funny.
this is this weird ass Freudian slip.
How long have you known him?
Stefano, I met in my first semester of FIT.
Oh.
Yeah,
He
he's
also
one of
went
the
to
first
FIT?
friends. Yeah. We met
shit.
we met in a marketing class. We created a company called Bowtie without the E, Bowtie. Bowtie. It was obviously for a school project,
Right,
but
of
like the
course.
first ever company I created. Technically, I did it with him. Made a whole business plan and everything. It's quite successful, I'll have you know, because we had to play out the scenario. Yeah, no, but yeah, I love that kid.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he really is.
I'm
Unlike
looking
you.
at like these list of questions. Ooh. Here's one. Marcel,
Daniel.
if we swapped lives
Yes.
for a week, what is the first thing you'd do as me that would absolutely ruin my reputation?
What is the well that you're getting these from? Huh. What I want to say is walk around naked somewhere, but feels like that might help your reputation.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The way things been looking.
Yeah, that could be that. Okay, if you were me for a
Okay.
week,
Okay.
what's the first thing you'd do
This first thing I do?
that you'd want to do on the positive side?
Ooh. If I
Can it
was-
not be Clara? Stick girlfriends up.
Yeah. Okay. Leaving girlfriends out of this, probably take a really long shower. kidding.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
kidding. Just kidding.
You just be happy to be in my body finally.
Yeah, just to see everything and
Yeah,
get to
touch
scrub
everything.
myself and
Nice.
have a little. No, I'm
Yeah, I
kidding.
feel like this is not going
Dude,
anywhere.
first thing. Oh, really? Yeah. Dude, first thing I would do if I was in your body that I would want to do. That's tough.
Play padel so you finally be good at it.
Maybe, dude. Honestly, I don't even I feel like I would. I don't know.
I think, okay, so let me run this really quick because I think one of the things I would do is smoke weed if I were you,
Ooh.
because I think weed hits you very differently than it does me, and I'd love to know what that feels like.
Interesting.
Then two, and like if we, Clara and I,
How do you think weed hits me?
I can tell you how it hits me, and it feels like you're not getting that. I
How
get
does weed hit-
paranoid because I feel like I forget my train of thought a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then I feel like I'm getting lost in the entire conversation. So it's hard for me to be a social smoker because I feel like I'm not keeping up. / people aren't keeping up with me.
Okay.
My thoughts get very complex, and they are good in here. But when I try to put them out, they become very squiggly.
Yeah, I
you
feel
know
that.
what?
I
Like
feel
I feel
that,
like
absolutely.
if it's a nice line, it becomes
Yeah,
squiggly. Like
yeah.
it's just
That's the nature of the game, every now and again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But you embrace that, and I think that's cool. And I think I was joking before, but I think I had Clara and I have asked these questions each other, and I think the sex thing is something like having sex as another person. I think is really, really interesting. Not with another person, as another person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
what does it feel like for you? I think is really interesting.
Wow. If you could be one person, if you could be like having sex as another person,
Okay.
cool. Who would you want to be?
Ooh, who would I want to have?
Who would you want to be?
Who would I
having
want to have
sex.
sex as? So not Donald Trump. I mean, whoa. I mean, I think it's probably got to be like a guy that like is respectful, like that makes love in a way, but like where it's still hot. It's not like, you know what I mean, like not just the emotional connect, like like a really nice balance of emotional connection and like raw animal type thing.
In my head, I'm like, who's it? Like Jason Momoa? Like I feel like he'd be like, respectful, but also like put it down like a real
Yeah,
one.
like lay that pipe on that table,
dude.
right?
Dude has nothing to prove.
Dude,
Dude's got nothing to prove. He's
Have
himself.
you ever wondered like, and this is weird because I've met him, but like what The Rock is like having sex? We've met him together.
We have. Do we?
But
met
like
The
he's
Rock?
like
Yeah.
that was fucking crazy.
Insane.
But like that, he's not a person like he's like I think of him as like this great father. He's not someone that I think of like in this sexual aspect.
I cannot picture The Rock having sex.
Right?
At
Like
all.
isn't that weird? I mean, he is the Moana voice, like
Yeah.
that. Like maybe it is the children around him and he's his maturity.
But also the
I'm
fact that I
just-
just think he's just such a big dude. I feel like
Crushing.
just like
Yes.
you know?
I might have to cut that. Just because I think I just saw the movie too. And he's low key like my inspiration for this podcast. It's like a really fun balance. Justin Baldoni.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's the male lead in It Ends With Us with Blake Lively.
Oh, I have not seen the movie.
Oh,
But I know what the guy looks like.
oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yes.
So he started out back then. I think he called himself like a C-list actor. Like he was more like he popped up here and there. Then he wrote a book called Man Enough, which is all about modern masculinity in that sense, like that. But I think we're a little bit younger and also different, just different. More people talking about it, the better it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's also a really good-looking guy. Yeah, I think I'd want to be him.
Yeah.
I think I'd want to be inside him. Under his skin.
Yeah, I think I'd want to be in his
Taste his mouth.
in his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You?
That's a good. I mean,
Nah,
now
I think let's
I
move on
can't
to
stop
that.
thinking about The
Dude,
Rock.
We're actually about to run out of time. And we wanted to keep today a quick one.
Yeah.
So let's end on this quickie.
Yeah. Dude. Do you have anything that you want to quick fire off?
No. I think we should let the people go into the new year.
Hell yeah. Guys, Happy New Year. We love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the feedback. It means the world. And I hope that you found some part of these last 8 episodes helpful or beneficial or just fun to listen to. So, yeah.
Same. Obviously, thank you for tuning in. I truly am hoping. I think neither of us have like really pushed the podcast up until recording right now. By the time this is live, I hope a lot of you decided to maybe listen in over the holidays when you have a little bit more space. And like you said, taking something away, whether it's a laugh or a giggle-gasm, like a full-on giggle-gasm with us, because we do laugh at our own jokes a lot. But what can I say? We're fucking funny,
Guys. We're hilarious.
No, I think one note that just randomly comes to me, like Modi said to me, a friend of ours said to me today, like, oh, cringe is trending, and I love that. I don't know that it is, but embracing cringe is awesome, because cringe is one of those things that like it's more about the other person than about you.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I look at myself and like I'm like, oh really, you're constantly laughing at your own jokes, like maybe do that less. And that's okay. I'm trying to do that less because I actually think it's funnier
Right.
to sometimes not laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, okay, this is me and I want to keep doing that. So we'll keep laughing at ourselves.
Hell yeah. Embracing the cringe. Love
See
you.
you next year. Love you, bro. Goodbye.
See you guys.